So in this lesson, we will mainly study the cosmic materials or the celestial materials like stars, planets, satellites, galaxies, asteroids, comets, etc. So without wasting further time, let us move into the study. So first we will study about a star. So a star is a luminous ball of gas, mostly hydrogen and helium, held together by its own gravity. Nuclear fusion reactions in its core produce photons. Photons are basically the lights and heat. So as we all know, all the stars have luminosity, that is, they are luminous and they are very warm actually. So just to tell you how warm a star is actually, let me give you an example, or rather just let me tell you a story. Suppose if you try to go towards the sun, so even before reaching the sun, even before you cross a few thousands kilometer from the sun, you will actually burn into ashes. So you can imagine how warm, how hot actually a star is. And as I already told you, sun is a very good example of a star basically. And there are other well-known stars as well, like Proxima Centauri, and also there are stars in our universe. Planet. So a planet is a celestial object which is big enough to have enough gravity to keep its spherical shape. That is, a planet is always spherical, and planet orbits any star. Like a great example is our Earth, which is a planet, and it actually orbits around the sun. So all the planet that actually orbit the sun are they all together called the solar system, that also we know. And in this image you can actually see all the planets. So although the spelling of Mercury is wrong here, I'm very sorry for that. Actually I've collected all these images from internet, but somehow they wrote it wrong. And one note from this image is that Pluto is not considered as a planet in modern astrophysics because of its small size. So there are actually 8 planets in our solar systems. Satellite. A satellite is any celestial body in space that orbits around a planet. So satellites are of two types, natural satellites and artificial satellites. So as by their name you can say that natural satellites are those who are naturally present in the universe, and artificial are those are made by human. And human, like scientists actually send these artificial satellites from Earth definitely, uh, to study the universe, or at times to use navigation, like the Google Maps you use are basically GPS, the global positioning satellites used here. uh, those are also all are actually controlled by these artificial satellites. Those weather conditions, every type of things are actually monitored by a satellite. So satellites are of two types: moon, which are the natural satellites. Moon is an example of natural satellites, and GPS, which is an example of an artificial satellites. So it's not necessary for all the planets to have a satellite, but few of the planets have more than one satellites, like Saturn, Jupiter. They have more than one satellites. A galaxy. A galaxy is a huge collection of gas, dust, and billions of stars and their planetary systems. So actually you can imagine how big it actually is. It has billions of stars and their planetary systems as well. And a galaxy is held together by gravity. And the shape of a galaxy can be different, and based on their shapes the galaxies are classified into spiral galaxies, elliptical galaxies, lenticular galaxies, and irregular galaxies. So by the name you can actually imagine how they actually look like. Spiral are something spiral things, elliptical are elliptical things, and so on. And irregular are those galaxies which doesn't have any perfect shape. So our Earth is a member of a Milky Way galaxy. A Milky Way galaxy is a galaxy where we all in Earth actually live in. Now there are things that you should do yourself. So first you have to find, there is a day celebrated as, not celebrated, observed as asteroid day, and you have to find the date on which this asteroid day is celebrated or observed, and then you have to know that why is it required to observe asteroid day. Okay, next you search for Kuiper belt on internet and try to understand. It is a very easy thing. If you understand asteroid, solar system, these kind of things, then you will definitely understand what a Kuiper belt is. Now try to find the average mass and radius of a Milky Way galaxy. So these will actually enhance your understanding that how big and how heavy a galaxy is. So that's all for today's lesson. Thank you for listening.